So many of you people who are watching this video right now might be containing in so many of your plans and so many things that you have been wanting to personally get started on, but you haven't because in your mind you always have the quest to learn a little more, so that you get a better competitive advantage. Maybe you're looking outside and you're seeing people who are doing really well in the same field that you want to. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. This is Akshay Talada here, and I'm a life transformation coach and a trainer. And today, I want to empower you to know what you already know. So, some of you may be really confused about the title. What does he mean when he say empower you to know what you already know? And I will get there, but starting with the story. So one day I had a talk with my mentor. So I was at that phase in my life where I was facing a lot of challenges which I needed clarity with, and I wanted to go and talk to my mentor. So I did, and I asked him this question, which is I at that point I also was interested in doing psychology, and I was contemplating doing it actually. So I went to him and I shared with him very enthusiastically all my plans for, that I was thinking about psychology and I wanted to do psychology. And the reason why I wanted to do formal psychology was because I've always been very interested in human behavior, and I thought learning it can really help me have better mental tools in order to become a better coach. So so that's exactly why I had that plan, and I spoke to him about it. And when I was sharing all this, after he listened to me, he gave me a life altering question. He asked me a life altering question, which is, Akshay, do you have the right amount of resources required to just get started? I just took a moment and I thought to myself, and the answer was yes, I did. In fact, I had more than just enough knowledge right now to get started. And but as I said that, I also continue telling him about, what, hey, I thought like learning psychology can help me, and I want to learn because it can give me an edge, and if I have more knowledge, then I'll be much more smarter, I have more wisdom, and I'll be able to do much better, right? I'll have much more of a competitive advantage. And he just looks at me, he nods and he smiles, and he tells me that's exactly what was wrong in my approach. And I was left confused. I mean, just like most of you looking at this video right now, even I was thinking to myself, what could possibly be so wrong about this approach? I mean, what is so wrong about wanting to learn more knowledge? Isn't it a good thing? Well, it is, but here's why it's not entirely. Which is, the biggest flaw in my planning was this. He explained me this very simply. And this is something which will stick to me with the rest of my life, just like it might for some of you watching this. Which is, he explained me this. He's like, Akshay, here's your model of the world, and here's the actual model of the world. In my model of the world, knowledge, acquiring knowledge is equal to education. But in the real world, application of knowledge is equal to education. That made so much sense. And he told me that. And he told me that's exactly what's wrong with your approach right now. You are confusing knowledge with education. And this is the whole reason why I want to make this video today. Because so many of you, people who are watching this video right now, might be containing in so many of your plans and so many things that you have been wanting to personally get started on, but you haven't because in your mind you always have the quest to learn a little more, so that you get a better competitive advantage. Maybe you're looking outside and you're seeing people who are doing really well in the same field that you want to, and you think to yourself, hey, maybe if I had a little more knowledge, then I will be able to go and compete with these people. And that's exactly the flaw in our pattern, and that's what I'm here to break. And the thing which people should understand, and what I want you to understand, what I personally understood, is that the time to acquire that knowledge will come as you proceed. How many of you have heard of this quote which says, human beings are drowning in information while starving for wisdom? Now, how does wisdom come? Through action. Action, action, action. The more action you take, the more experiences you have, the wisdom you hold. And that's exactly how it is. So I'm calling you out today. How many of you, ask yourself this question right now. How many of you do you have the right amount of resources just to get started? Most often than not, your answer will be yes. And if it is a yes, then this is your cue. So, are you ready to break the pattern? Let's see. Thank you so much, everyone.